I cannot enter. These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood. Scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. Situation.
Why do you have to watch?
Because these poor
Why close the hospital?
It was for sanitary reasons.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore.
Do you need medical attention?
I'm feeling all right.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade. I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy.
Who comes here?
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been...
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir.
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body.
Are you afraid, or...
Why should I?
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have respect for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
Have we met before?
I don't...
When we first...
Funny...
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so.
Do you really believe?
As I...
Quite depressed.
Yes.
Since you're not...
No.
Do you think you would...
I don't think...
So you're red...
No.
You're a wise...
No, Dr. Reed. I am a fooling.
Please show me what...
Of course.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Goodbye, Mrs.
Good evening, Doctor.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Tell me more.
The ambulance...
What do you mean?
She managed...
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
I have other concerns right now.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Pembroke Hospital may...
It's not me you have to convince, Doctor.
Is your mother...
That's tempting, Doctor.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Yes, Doctor?
Exactly.
It's really the...
Why?
At the...
That's all for now, Nurse Crane. Thank you.
Never could keep anything from.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are...
Strickland and Aykroyd.
What do you mean? Are you satisfied?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured.
I won't lie to you about it.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed?
In other is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something?
I'm a great admirer of your work.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain... empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I'm...
What can you tell me?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with...
You seem quite
I'm convinced that this
Questions remain about...
True.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of...
Do you want me to play the errand boy?
Oh, no, Dr. Reed. But...
I see. Well, give me the... What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza...
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is...
Tell me more.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient.
Tell me, Mr. Fiddick's...
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be...
I agree.
Do you think he...
All I...
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I'm quite busy right now.
Tell me, Waverly, what...
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride.
Are you thinking about...
Harvey Fiddick needs...
Why do you...
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should...
I really hope you're right about it.
I'm not the kind of man...
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with...
Rivalry?
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Good evening, Mr. Fitz.
Good evening, Doctor.
Tell me about you.
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work and...
Tell me more.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
How are your children after losing?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy. Not now.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu...
I wish I could believe you. But what...
You must get up.
Sorry.
How long have...
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter.
How is the Pembrokes?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton...
I don't know. Just ask him.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal.
Well.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am.
It is what
I see.
Never.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty.
Please.
I can hear my body
I'm assuming
It's only a cover. To hide from. It's only a... I'm not speaking of the doctor.
I see.
Thank you, mortal. But do not...
Who are... Who are you?
Is that not enough for you?
I'm curious to know.
No, such a long time ago.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Captain fellow. Please, I feel sick. Get over here now.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor.
I have some good news, Milton.
What?
I retrieved your wallet.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your...
What's going on?
Pippa's tired. Tired of...
During the war...
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both...
Come on, Dr. Reed.
Why do you have such a...
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is...
Are you really?
And why not?
But you're not...
You keep people...
So what do you...
I've been an ambulance driver since...
Since you're on the...
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left and...
Go there yourself.
Goodbye, Milton.
I'm quite busy, right?
Thank you for your...
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
It's locked, all right.
Treats me like a book.
Yes, Doctor?
That's all for now.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, sir.
It's locked.
Please come back later.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Doc.
Pepper.
Yes? Milton.
I have no intention of reporting you.
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse.
Is he worth?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman.
How is the...
Not well.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor.
Yes, Nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to...
Many thanks, Doctor.
I will not let you down, my boy.
So many deaths. And still more coming. How can we be sure we're making a difference?
Hi, Sonic. Faggot. What happens to take one? Speak, faggot.
Good evening, sir.
Unless you're here to fix my face.
No. I'm Dr. Reed.
You guessed
My
right,
dick is
Doctor.
purple.
How close are you to Miss...
Wait for her next nibble is the best read.
Aren't you afraid?
She's quite harmless.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft?
Wait.
Aren't you...
She's quite...
So do you let...
And she... And it's another good...
You do...
In a...
Where were you No.
You were an officer, weren't you?
How is your stay with...
Oh, it's bliss.
Can I ask you...
It's the pain.
Can I...
Nurses gave me a bunch of...
Who is treating...
Nobody since...
You don't see...
My face.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you?
Goodbye for now, Mr. Albert.
Disgust on every street corner.
It's locked, all right.
I wish I could be thick again.
Another night with the glorious battalion.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
This hospital seems to be full. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Never could keep anything from her.
I cannot enter.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Doctor.
I cannot express my thrill.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Ed.
Very well. I have a task.
Please.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan.
And you would like me?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you...
Accepted.
Do you need...
I have...
Then ask her...
You mentioned some...
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
Yet you don't...
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for
You mentioned...
Certainly.
That...
I feel it wasn't...
Since I'm the one working...
Well...
What do you expect?
What we need is hope.
Where do we...
But to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis.
Since you seem quite...
As men of science, our first...
Must I...
You are a vampire.
The sun. The morning following my... transformation. Its rays burn me.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged. But it...
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop...
He was a Skrull, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them as
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skrull?
A Skrull is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist...
How...
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar. It's locked, all right.
flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to...
These past
Please continue.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear.
I'll take care of it.
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself.
I'll meet that woman.
My life, as others know...
With no respect. What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor.
I heard there have been some
Blackmail? Wait.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Don't worry, sir. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Good evening, nurse.
Doctor...
Did he really?
All members of staff have already read about your...
I see.
You must know. Blood trans...
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least.
An invid...
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks...
I'm not familiar.
Brilliant professionals. Most of them.
Most of them?
It would be inappropriate...
Goodbye, nurse. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange...
Let me guess. You spoke...
She could have been telling the...
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough.
No matter...
Who says I don't care for her?
What can you tell me about...
Let me guess.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. It's locked. Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed. Still working it.
And why is...
People who don't sleep at night all...
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Consider yourself lucky.
Don't play the innocent with me.
Do you ever think...
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him.
That man was...
What a surprise.
Have you heard...
Blackmail?
How is...
This is a shitty...
How is...
This is a shitty place.
What's wrong?
Come on, Dr. Reed.
But you're alive, thanks...
What are you expecting, a medal?
What's...
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see.
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
Do you...
The wound...
What did he want?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favour.
Only the strongest survive.
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever...
How long do you think you can...
I know this shitty like the...
We can't escape the consequences.
I ain't afraid of death.
And who are...
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day, I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
Stay away! Elite! Over there!
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous...
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor...
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you...
What can you tell...
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this...
Tell me more about...
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most...
You really seem to admire her skill.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about...
I don't always agree with Dr. Swan.
I
don't get...
What can you tell me about...
Some...
What is
this hot...
It's more than enough.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the...
How long have you...
I can't go there.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the... Where was your...
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think...
What can you tell me?
His name is Oswald Thatcher.
Do you need medical...
No thanks, sir. Unless you're able to get rid of everything.
What can you...
I'm Oswald's best friend.
This is...
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital.
I have all the information I need for now.
Thank you, Doc. Have you found Oswald?
Not yet, sir.
All right.
I have all the information.
Thank you.
Don't worry, we're safe.
Sorry, sir. No admittance. Last warning!
It's mine. I'll take it.
Over there! There's one of them burned! Doesn't look... Filthy piece of shit!
Don't worry, we're safe.
I cannot enter.
This isn't even my neighborhood.
Relax.
Have you found Oswald?
Not yet, sir. I need more information first.
All right.
I have...
Thank you. There's one of them! Watch yourself!
It's locked. Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move. This must be Clay Cox's knife. A fine blade. No wonder he wants it back. It's locked, all right. I cannot enter. It's locked. I cannot enter.
Don't worry, we're safe. Don't worry, we're safe.
Hey, Doc.
I have found...
In that case, you'll be properly rewarded, Doc.
I hope that won't make me an...
Who knows?
I'll leave you for now, Mr.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals. Or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him. This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor. I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this. What sort of creature is this? There's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her. Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you. Do you remember him?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
coming! Not a good play. Fuck his boss!
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Shouldn't you go back home, where you'll be safe?
Maybe later. But for now, I need to talk to my husband at the cemetery.